In this video I'm going to show you how to service your 125. We're doing it on a Euro 4 Mutt 125, but the same method works on many different makes and models. You'll need at least a spark plug, air filter, oil and a sump plug crush washer. All these are available on the website, follow the link in the description. We also have other things such as O-rings for the oil filter cover and stuff like that if you need them. We're going to start by starting the bike and running it up to temperature. Anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes will be plenty to get the oil up to temperature. The reason for doing this is it drains much quicker, much easier. Once the bike's up to temperature, get an oil tray underneath the bike and undo the sump plug. The size for the sump plug on this bike is 21mm socket. While the oil's draining, you want to take the oil filter off. The oil filter cover is on the right side of the bike under 3 nuts. Use a 10mm socket to undo them 3 nuts and take the oil filter cover off. You can now remove the oil filter. Once the oil filter's off and the oil is draining, you can now move on to replacing the spark plug. Pull the spark plug cap off, then using a 16mm deep socket, undo the spark plug. Before fitting the new spark plug, check the gap. It should be 0.7 to 0.8mm. First, fit the spark plug by hand. The reason for doing this is so you don't cross thread it. It should go in really easily. And then nip the spark plug up with a socket. The torque setting should be 12 Nm. Then push the spark plug cap back on, ensuring it's seated properly. Now remove the left hand side panel on the bike. You just pull it outwards at the top and move it back at the bottom. Then using a PH2 Phillips screwdriver, undo the 3 screws, securing the air filter in place. Simply slide the old filter out and slide the new filter on, making sure it's properly seated. Then put the air filter back in place and nipping them up with the 3 screws. When refitting the side panel, I recommend spraying a bit of spray grease on the grommets just to help them last longer. Then fit the side panel back on. Then fit the new oil filter. Put the oil filter cover back on. Nip the nuts up hand tight. Then torque them up to 12 Nm. Remove the old crush washer off the old sump plug and put the new crush washer on. Do the sump up by hand and then torque the sump plug up to 27 Nm. Now you can fill it up with oil. Ensure that the bike is upright on a level surface. The bike uses roughly a litre of oil. Some will be less, some will be more. When putting the oil in, keep an eye on the window. You want it to go to the full mark in the window so you can clearly see the oil. Then fire the bike up and run it for a couple of minutes. Turn the engine off, leave it a minute to settle and then recheck the oil level. You should have to top the oil back up. Fill it back up to the top of the window and you're done. And there you have it, that's how you service your bike. Nice and easy. Follow the link in the description for all parts for these bikes and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications.